to Portland International Raceway for the second road course race of 1988, hoping that their impressive record will continue. Rick Mears goes for his third straight win this year. And Danny Sullivan goes for his first from the pole with yet another new track record. The Budweiser G.I. Joe's 200 from the City of Roses is next. Raceway, the Budweiser G.I. Joe's 200 being... Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Bob Jenkins. This is the second road race of 1988 here on the PPG IndyCar World Series circuit. With me in the booth today is the guy who finished 7th here last year, Johnny Rutherford. And we have seen so far this year in IndyCar racing a dominance of the Penske organization, and especially of that Chevy engine.
Oh, it's incredible. The Chevrolet has finally come of age, I think, Bob, and the Penske operation has a dynasty brewing. There's no doubt about it. The cars are very, very fast. Danny Sullivan on the pole today, Rick Mears in third spot. The Chevrolet is here, and the PC-17 carries it quite nicely.
So what do you do to stop this Chevrolet engine? Is there anything you can do?
I think probably it's going to take another dynasty to equal that, and who knows what can happen, but you're going to have to come up with a better team and a better combination of the package.
Well, let's go to one of our two pit reporters for the afternoon. Here is Gary Lee.
Thank you, Bob. Johnny, good afternoon and happy Father's Day. Now, usually when we talk about Roberto Guerrero, we're way up there at the head of the grid. But today, after starting on the pole here last year, Roberto starts 23rd. It's been a frustrating weekend. The Vince Granatelli racing team has been relegated to the backup car. It's an 87 March as they're repairing the cars destroyed in crashes at Indianapolis and Milwaukee. And according to Chief Larry Curry, they simply can't put their finger on it. Is it the chassis? Is it the engine? They're down on horsepower, they're down on speed, and it's very frustrating, a very unusual starting position for Roberto Guerrero. Covering the pit area today is our colleague just back from Le Mans, France. He is fighting laryngitis. He'll go as long as he can, as long as the voice holds out. Here's Larry Newber.
Okay, Gary, thank you very much. I'm standing by the pre-race mountaintop of IndyCar racing this weekend here in Portland, the front row. There is a predictable gentleman here in the front row, Danny Sullivan, utilizing that Penske power that Bob Jenkins talked about. And then this guy, it's somewhat of a surprise, Arie Luyendyk. Although, if you have been following IndyCar racing the past couple of seasons, you're not shocked to see Arie up here. He's been very close, and this weekend, most agree, is his best shot for his first win ever. Also, there have been 4 previous IndyCar races here at Portland. And as legend has it, each one of them has been won by a Lola Cosworth utilizing a single-digit odd number. Well, Arie Luyendyk is in a Lola Cosworth, and the number is 7.
So the Dutch driver is certainly one of the favorites as we get set for the Budweiser G.I. Joe's 200 here at Portland International Raceway. And here now is the starting lineup. On the pole will be Danny Sullivan in the car number 9 Miller High Life Penske PC-17, setting a new track record at 118.687 miles an hour. Alongside in that front row will be Arie Luyendyk driving the Provimi Vio Lola. It is a Cosworth power, and the number is 7. In row number 2, it'll be Rick Mears in the other Penske PC-17, the Pennzoil Z7, car number 5, Rick from Bakersfield. Outside will be Al Unser Jr., who starts 4th for the 4th time this year in the Team Valvoline number 3. Then Mario Andretti, a 2-time winner here in the Amoco Kmart Lola, car number 6. Outside of him from Dublin, Ohio, will be Bobby Rahal, the defending champion of this race in the Budweiser True Sports Lola, car number 1. Starting in the 4th row will be Emerson Fittipaldi. He won his first pole here in 1986. He's driving the Marlboro March, car number 20. And then Michael Andretti, who lost to his father here in 1986 on Father's Day. He'll drive the Craco March, car number 18. In row number 5, it'll be Teo Fabi in the Quaker State Porsche, car number 8. Outside will be the number 10 Rainer Garage Door Lola, driven by Derek Daly. In the 6th row will be John Andretti in car number 98 and Ludwig Heimrath Jr. in number 71. In the 7th row, it'll be Didier Tays in car 22 and Kevin Cogan in number 11. The 8th row has John Jones in car number 12 and Raoul Boisel in car number 30. On the 9th row, the 91 car of Scott Brayton and 23, Terrell Palmroth. In the 10th row, car number 21, Howdy Holmes, and number 16, Dominic Dobson. In the 11th row, it'll be Randy Lewis in car number 24 and Scott Atchison in 55. The 12th row, Roberto Guerrero in car number 2 and A.J. Foyt in car number 14. And in the final row, the 2 promoters' options, Rocky Moran in car number 56 and Dale Coyne in car number 19. So we'll be back with the command to start engines as we get set for IndyCar racing from Portland, Oregon.
Portland, Oregon, with the order we've been waiting for. Mayor Bud Clark.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
All right, back up to Lou Palmer.
So listen to them fire. The engines for the first time now.
26 cars roar to life. The drivers sit waiting for the pace laps and then the start of this race. The balloons are released from the area behind the pit area. And there is a record crowd on hand here this afternoon. 51,000 are inside Portland International Raceway. The drivers going for a lot of money in this event. The total purse is $600,000, and the winner's share will be about $68,160. Now the points battle in Kart PPG IndyCar competition. Rick Mears leads Raul Boesel by 8 points. Michael Andretti is third in the PPG point standings. Bobby Rahal fourth, and then Emerson Fittipaldi. Somewhat of a surprise, A.J. Foyt is listed in 6th position in the point standings, as he is now competing in every event on the PPG IndyCar World Series. First-time starters here at Portland, there are 7 of them. Scott Atchison, Terrell Palmroth, John Andretti, Rocky Moran, Didier Tays, John Jones, and A.J. Foyt, who has never competed here at Portland. The track itself located on the northern edge of the city of Portland. Here's a closer look at Portland International Raceway. It is 1.922 miles in length. The front stretch 2,700 feet. Drivers will be shifting gears about 15 times every lap. The race length is 104 circuits, and they'll be making 30 to 35 laps before having to come in for a fuel stop. Here is an aerial view of the racetrack. And as we said, this long front straightaway is 2,700 feet in length, and Johnny Rutherford, it's actually a drag strip.
Yes, we can see a car going down the drag strip portion of the course, which is a long straightaway, and they put in a chicane at the end to try to slow the cars down to hold the speeds. Here we have a shot from Al Unser Jr.'s car as he's going down the long straightaway heading toward that chicane. So we'll get a driver's eye view of what it looks like. Down into the chicane, downshifting, slowing the car. Very violent through there because the car is going from side to side heading toward turn 1.
And they go through a series of corners here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yes, into turn 1 there. As you can see, there's a lot of grass area, so there's plenty of runoff. Here, Al Unser heads for turn number 3. It's a tight course around this corner. You have to be careful because it's a decreasing radius. You head down toward turn 5, around turn 5. A lot of cars get off in this area because it's a little slower than it looks like it can go. Here he's through 5A and out onto the long back straightaway.
It's actually not a straightaway, but a long sweeping corner, and the speeds here will achieve 170 miles an hour before the driver backs off for turn number 7.
And yes, turn 7 is very quick. It's at the end of this straight. You go from one curve to the other very violently and very quick. Heading for turn 9, selecting the right gear, down to the inside of the curve, across to the outside, and out onto the front straightaway, shifting gears, and you've made a lap.
So there's a lap around Portland International Raceway as the field comes down the straightaway here to complete the first of their pace laps. The drivers making sure the cars are heated up and the tires are ready to go. We have been given some information about a stream of water that has come up through the asphalt between turns 6 and 7. Now, right now, the kart officials don't think that will be a problem, but they're going to keep a very close eye on it. Unless there's a lot of water, Johnny, I wouldn't guess that that would be a big problem.
No, it would have to be a pretty good stream across the racetrack for it to be any problem. But like I said, all it would do is maybe speck up your shield if you're running behind somebody when they ran through it. But it would burn off the tires very quickly.
Teo Fabi begins this race in 9th position. The Porsche team has equaled their best start of 1988, and you would certainly think that this could be one of Teo Fabi's best chances to, if not win this race, certainly turn in a good performance.
Yes, this team is learning. You know, they're brand new. They've not been in IndyCar racing. Of course, Porsche, this is their first endeavor, so I think they're to be commended in the showing they've done here to this point, because the car has performed well yesterday, and they're final practice with full loads of fuel, they were running, I think, third quick. So it's very good for them.
Derek Daly will start alongside in position number 10 outside of that fifth row. Derek is one of those just back from the race in Le Mans last weekend. Did very well in the team that he was driving for, but today it's the Raynor Garage Door Lola, and the number is 10. Now, here is our in-car camera, which will be carried by Al Unser Jr., as you can see him scrubbing in the tires as they go down the backstretch.